Rosie O'Donnell has wrapped up her 4-day stint behind Jimmy Kimmel's desk, but she certainly did not leave quietly. For her final monologue, O'Donnell took another swipe at Donald Trump, reviving their long-running feud, mocking his attacks on her, and even bringing Melania Trump into the joke. And judging by the reaction inside the studio and online, viewers were loving it. O'Donnell, 64, had been filling in for Jimmy Kimmel while the late-night host took time away for the summer. Throughout her 4-night run, Trump repeatedly became one of her biggest targets. Earlier in the week, she mocked his relationship with White House aide Natalie Harp and dubbed him Petty President Roosevelt. She also joked, "You gotta realize it's time to hang up your wig and let Natalie tuck you in. Time to go nighty-night." But her final monologue took the feud up another notch. O'Donnell opened by referencing one of Trump's own insults, introducing herself as, "Welcome to Jimmy Kimmel Live. I'm your guest host, Nasty Rosie O'Donnell." She then turned her attention directly toward the White House. O'Donnell said, "I've really enjoyed my time here. Thanks to everybody who's been watching this week, especially the hungry hypocrite in the White House." Then came the more personal punchline. "It's kind of weird to think he's spent more nights with me this week than with Melania." The audience reportedly cheered as O'Donnell continued, thanking Jimmy Kimmel for giving her the chance to host. But she used that moment to make a broader point about free speech. "And I'd like to thank Jimmy Kimmel for inviting me to do this and for reminding everyone that we have the right to free speech in this country, whether Orange Voldemort likes it or not." But Rosie's jokes have not gone unanswered. The White House had already responded to O'Donnell's earlier joke involving Natalie Harp. Speaking to People, spokesperson David Ingle called her a nasty woman and a total slob while accusing her of suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. The latest exchange adds another chapter to the long-running Trump-O'Donnell feud. Trump has previously attacked O'Donnell publicly, including questioning whether her American citizenship was in the interests of the country and describing her as a threat to humanity. So Rosie's appearance on Kimmel was not simply another late-night comedy routine. It became another very public chapter in a personal and political battle that has continued for years. And online, viewers quickly made their verdict clear. One viewer wrote, "Oh, Rosie, you're the effing best. You nailed that one," while another called it one of the best week on television. And one fan summed up Rosie's latest Trump nickname simply, Orange Voldemort. So Rosie O'Donnell's 4 nights behind Jimmy Kimmel are over, but from Petty President Roosevelt to Orange Voldemort, she made sure her final night delivered one more round of Trump jokes. The White House has already shown it is willing to fire back, and after years of clashes between O'Donnell and Trump, this latest war of words may be over for now, but almost certainly not for good. And this was just the latest round in Rosie O'Donnell's long-running feud with Donald Trump. But here's a look at her latest Trump jibes on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Rosie O'Donnell is back in the spotlight, and her attacks on U.S. President Donald Trump has grabbed headlines. Hosting Jimmy Kimmel Live for 3rd night, O'Donnell took a fresh jab at Trump, but this time, the attack was not solely on the president. O'Donnell also dragged White House aide Natalie Harp into the joke, who has been under scrutiny over her extraordinary access to the president. Since the feud between Trump and O'Donnell back to 2006, the latest exchange marks another chapter in a rivalry that has followed them both for nearly 2 decades. According to the Irish Star, on Wednesday, August 19, O'Donnell opened part of her monologue by telling viewers she had some bad news for Trump. Then came the nickname. She said, "I do have some bad news for President Petty Roosevelt." O'Donnell then appeared to turn the joke toward Trump's relationship with Harp, telling him, "That's all I'm gonna say about you tonight, sweetheart. You gotta realize it's time to hang up your wig and let Natalie tuck you in. Time to go nighty-night. Petty Roosevelt is only the latest nickname O'Donnell has used during her guest hosting run. Just one night earlier, she joked about suddenly finding herself back in the headlines. This has become a strange experience for me because all of a sudden I'm re-famous. O'Donnell followed that by saying, "I'm back in the spotlight all thanks to President Oompa Loompa J, who was watching us this evening from inside a catering cart." According to the Irish Star, the catering cart joke referenced reports that Trump allegedly hid in a catering cart after switching planes amid a threat from Iran. Those reports remain allegations, and O'Donnell was using them as material for her late-night monologue. She later added another jab at Trump, telling him, "You brought me back, just like you did with fascism and the measles." The latest Natalie Harp remark adds another layer to O'Donnell's attacks, but Trump has remained the prime target of her monologues throughout the week. Harp has been mocked by critics as Trump's human printer, and O'Donnell specifically referenced her while delivering the "hang up your wig" joke. The remarks come as O'Donnell continues using her temporary late-night platform to revisit her long-running opposition to Trump. On Monday, O'Donnell also explained why she moved to Ireland following Trump's return to the White House. "I read that Project 2025 and said, gotta get myself out of here, you know?" She then joked about Ireland and its drinking culture. O'Donnell has also referred to Trump as Mango Mussolini during her guest hosting stint. Her decision to leave the United States after Trump's re-election had already attracted attention. Now, her return to American late-night television has given her a major platform to revive their old political and personal war of words. Trump and O'Donnell have reportedly been fighting since 2006, years before the Republican got elected to the Oval Office for the first time. Their public clashes have repeatedly featured insults from both sides, turning their rivalry into one of the most recognizable celebrity political feuds in the United States. Now, nearly 2 decades later, O'Donnell's stint on Jimmy Kimmel Live has pushed that old rivalry back into the spotlight. Now, all eyes are on Trump. Will the POTUS fire back at Rosie's latest barrage? Because if history is any indication, this feud is far from over, and the next chapter could be just one Trump post away.